Hey guys, it's Tammy. I'm back. So today I want to do my final review for the Shimoda 40-liter bag that I have from Shimoda Design. I've had this bag since March. I've had a chance to use it, to play around with it, do different configurations with it, and I wanted to go over the bag, give you my likes, my dislikes, and to show you the bag completely with all of my gear in it. When I did my very first unboxing, which I'll link above, I didn't have any gear in it. I did have gear in it at the store, playing around with it, but not when I was here at home. So I'm going to get everything together and we'll be back in a couple minutes and I'll show you the bag. All right, so we're back. This is my Shimoda 40-liter bag. It is a great bag. My initial review of this bag, I was so excited to have it. I had heard a lot about this in December of 2017 when it was still in Kickstarter. It came back out. It came out in March, and you were able to get it if any retailers were able to get any type of merchandise. It just so happened that one of our local camera shops in Avon, Ohio, called the Pixel Connection, had these in stock when they first were available, and I grabbed one. I played with the 40-liter and I played with the 60-liter bag. The 60-liter bag was way too big for me, and it's designed more for people who are out for day hikes. I'm not talking one day, I'm talking multiple days. You could really stuff that thing with gear, and a local, or not a local photographer, but a photographer on YouTube, I'll link his video above, he packed that sucker for an overnight trip in ways I would have never even thought. So I'll link his video above and you can check it out. So it does really hold 60 liters, if not more. The one thing I do want to say about this is I had a question in my first video about how much the bag can hold. I got with Ian Miller, who's the designer of the bag and the owner of the company, and he says that the bag is designed to hold between 32 and 35 pounds. 35 is the maximum cutoff. Any more than that and you can damage the bag. So he suggests you stick around 32, 33 pounds. So these bags do hold a lot of weight. This bag holds more than the f-stop Ajna, which I think you can only fit in 30 pounds. Up to 30, that's its max. So this bag you can really fit a lot of gear into. And when I first got this bag, my initial thoughts on the bag were the shoulder straps being very uncomfortable for women because they're designed almost like a bra. And when I first got this bag, I was right. It was very uncomfortable. I couldn't get it to fit me properly. I had issues with the torso. I had issues with the straps. The pockets that are on the straps that I showed you were right here in my armpit, and it hurt, it pinched. It was horrible. I actually returned the bag, but as you can see, I have the bag back. 4 days after I returned it, I really loved how my gear fit inside of it, and I was determined to make this bag fit me. I knew that I was going to be losing weight in my walks and my hikes and doing my vlogs. Since March, I've lost about 30 pounds. Some of that is from being sick. But the bag fits me really, really well. And Ian had told me from the get-go, the bag was not designed for someone my size. This bag was designed for an athletic build in mind. And by athletic build, he was in no way inferring that anything bad against me. This bag is an adventure bag. It's designed for people who ski, mountain board, rock climb. This is not just a photography bag. You don't even have to put the photography ICU in here. You can put your gear in here solely and use it strictly for that. So that's what this bag was designed for. And I think Shimoda was kind of surprised at how many of the photographers in the world who were not athletic build really wanted this bag. A lot of hype came with this bag. And so when I returned the bag, 4 days later, I went back and I repurchased the bag. I couldn't get this bag off of my mind. I really couldn't. And I'm glad I did, because I became a tester for Shimoda Design for the shoulder straps that they were designing specifically for women. I'm a plus size woman. I'm large chested, and they were designing straps for women like me and women who are not athletic build in mind, because the other straps were just not comfortable. I can say they did it. The straps are not available to the market yet, but I can show you the ones that I have, and I absolutely love them. They make this bag completely different in feel and how it sits on your body than the original bag. The straps are not just for women either. Men can use these as well. They just used more of the contour of a woman's shape in mind. I know men who use the cashmere f-stop bag as well because it fits them better. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about getting this bag. You do have the option to change out shoulder straps and make it work for you. So this bag has so many configurations to it. That's the one thing I really liked about the bag. There are pockets upon pockets. There are places upon places to put gear. Really, you don't think this bag is 40 liters when you look at it. You think it's a lot smaller, and it actually compresses down quite a bit. I mean, that's not thick. My f-stop Lotus is a little bit thicker. My other bags are thicker. This is the lightest camera bag I own. Without the ICU and gear, it weighs 2.9 pounds. You pop an ICU in there, that probably adds, I don't know, a few ounces, and brings it just over 3. Outside of the f-stop bags, it's the lightest bag I own, and you can really tell a difference when you put it on. It is an internal frame bag, so you have to be aware of that. Do not damage the frame, and whatever you do, do not take the frame out of it. They're a pain in the butt to get back in, and if you bend that frame, you've ruined your bag. So the one thing that Shimoda really did well with this bag is the tripod system. This bag here on the side, I love this because it takes my tripod weight off of the front, which sometimes can pull you backwards depending upon what kind of bag you have, and puts it onto the side of your bag. And your cinch straps here at the top and the one down here at the bottom, and not only the bag itself, literally pull the tripod into the side of your bag and sits it there. This thing does not move. I mean, when you're walking, it's not doing this. It's literally right with you. And I like that because it doesn't make me feel like I'm going to tip over. The bag also, if you're not going to use it for your tripod, it comes off the bag, and you can actually cinch it and attach it across the front of your shoulder straps to use it as a lens changing bag, to put your gloves in so you don't leave them around like I do. And it has a drain hole in the bottom, so if it does get wet, or your gloves are wet, or whatever you have is wet, the water can drain out the bottom of that. The one thing about the bag is it's made of the same material that the outside of the camera bag is, which is extremely water resistant. I wish I would have taken video, but I got this bag really muddy. You can probably still see the mud marks on the front of it and on the bag. And I brought it home, emptied it out, and I took the water hose to it. And I did it for 2 reasons. One, I needed to wash the bag off, and I didn't think that it was going to come off with just wiping it down. And number 2, I wanted to see just how water resistant this bag is. It was not wet on the inside. No water got in. I wish I would have done video of that. Maybe the next time I get it all muddy, I will. I was out, it rained. Even with the rain, I didn't have any water inside, but it wasn't a downpour, it was like a drizzle, so the ground was kind of muddy. And it did really, really well. Now, there's a video that Ian has shared on Facebook of a woman who is wearing one of their new bags that they're coming out with, which is a 30-liter version of this, while she is what they call dam boarding. It's surfing or waterboarding at a dam, the spillway of a dam, and she gets that sucker soaked. And I will try to find the video if I can. If I can, I'll link it above. But they're pretty water resistant. This material here is very water resistant. The mud didn't get into my bag at all. I did get a little bit of mud in where these loops are, where the front, it got inside, but I just sprayed it out and it came right out and dried. There's nothing in there. I've gotten sand in there. These little side holes here and at the top allow it to drain. The one thing that I do wish the bag had that it does not have is an outside water bottle holder. Now, like I said, the bag is not designed for that because those people who are out on those adventures, they carry water bladders because they're there for quite a while. And it does have a great bladder system, but for those of us who aren't using this as a major day hiking bag, this is not my everyday bag. This is if I'm going to go out for 4 or 5 hours and I'm going to do a 5 or 6 mile hike. I probably couldn't do that now. This is the bag that I'm going to take because I'm going to be able to fit everything in here. 2 to 3 liters of water. I'm going to have a lunch in there. I'm going to have snacks in there. I'm going to have a change of clothes. My raincoat's going to be in there. I'm going to have a lot of stuff in here, and this is the bag that I go to for that. This has replaced my f-stop bags. This has replaced my Low Pro AW 500 bag, or the Flipside 500 bag that I did a review on before, because one of its durability, number two, the way that it fits. The new shoulder straps, I cannot rave these suckers enough, for women are amazing, and I'll show you those in a few minutes. But just for the amount of stuff this thing can hold. The bladder system, I had explained this in my previous video. Your bladder system sits in the very front large zipper pouch here. And this is your bladder bag here. And I just have my bladder, there's no water in it right now, but I have my bladder inside of my f-stop bladder bag. So if it does leak, which mine always leak, I don't care if they're brand new, I don't care how I put the lid on, I always leak. But that goes down inside of here, and then your tube runs through this hole on the side, and it goes through this little portion here on the inside and then comes out the back in a little Velcro piece. And then you just run it up and onto your strap, and then it attaches to your strap like this. Now there's no place out here on the bag to attach it to, but once you get it on, it looks kind of freaky just hanging here, but once you get it on, it sits perfectly. You can Velcro it if you want to get a little Velcro strap like you put around your cables and things. They sell them at local shops. You can actually put that one here and do that. I haven't tried that yet, but I've seen a couple photographers who have this bag locally, and it worked really well for them because they didn't like that tube flopping around. I didn't have much of a problem with the tube flopping around. I didn't have any issues with my bladder. The bladder bag that's in here, it actually worked really well because it runs through the side here. I would suggest, if you're going to use your water bladder in here, some people don't, that you get a water bladder that you can fill and the hose can stay off. Platypus sells them. There's several water bladder companies that sell them so that you can fill the water bladder, put it in the front of your bag, and then just the tube is already run through the side, and then you just attach the two together. That's what I have. I got mine in a bag at Walmart, and it works perfectly. This is a newer bag, water bladder, that I've had that luckily, knock on wood, has not leaked on me yet. So that actually worked out really well. The other thing I like about the bag is the fact that the back part of the bag, when you open the back of this bag, this is extremely padded and very, very comfortable. These air channels don't look like much, but they actually do work really, really well. I wore this on a hike for about 4.5 to 5 hours, and my back didn't sweat at all. It actually was extremely comfortable, and this sucker was loaded. So it actually was a very comfortable bag once I had the new straps. So the back is kind of nice. I'm going to take my tripod off the side. It makes it kind of awkward. So your tripod just kind of unsnaps, and voila. And this is my big tripod that I always use. So, and the cool thing about it is if you're not using this bag at all, you can either take it off, or you can just pop it into the side and zip up the bag. So the back is kind of nice in the fact that when you open the bag, it doesn't open this way. It actually opens this way. And this is your laptop sleeve. I had showed that in the previous video. I don't carry a laptop with me. I'm always dropping this thing on the ground and putting it down hard and using it for a table. So I don't trust myself carrying a laptop. I will break it. But I do carry inside of here my raincoat and my Fayutech G5 gimbal with the GoPro on it. That goes in here and it doesn't interfere with my bag at all. This is the inside of my bag. And as you can see, I have the medium ICU and my gear. I carry the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II and a different choice of lenses. My filters are in here. I have a first aid kit in here. I have all kinds of stuff in here. And then my accessories go into a small accessory bag. And this fits my accessories really, really well. I really love these bags. And they come with loops and a shoulder strap. So if you decide you want to use these for your filter accessories or whatever, you can hang this off your tripod. You can totally do that. You have a little bit of room up here at the top, which is nice because if you choose to, you can actually stack your ICUs and put a small ICU on top of there. The only thing with that is when you do, you lose space inside your top pouch. There is a pouch on the top that, my strap's caught in there, that has 2 zipper pouches inside of it. Actually, it's a total of 3. There is these 2, which are separate from one another so the items don't mix together. And then on the opposite side, you can't really see it, is a 3rd larger pouch that goes all the way across the front. And when you don't have anything stacked on top of your medium ICU, the bottom of that kind of does this. It scoops. But when you put this in here, it sits flat onto here and pushes everything up. So you lose room in that top bag, that top pouch. Any bag that you get where you have ICU units does the same thing if it has that pouch on top. F-Stops doesn't because they don't have a pouch on top, but you still lose space for storage for a lunch or whatever you want. But this top compartment holds a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm a stickler for cleaning cloths, and I've got several in here: buffs, hat, snack bag, Petzl lamp. I mean, I could probably fit gloves, something else up there as well. So you have to keep that in mind. I wish that on the inside of the back that the laptop sleeve wasn't there. I don't see an adventure photographer carrying a laptop while they're skiing or they're out doing anything active. I don't see that. However, this bag is not just used for that, for photography gear. So, I mean, if you're a hiker and you've got a solar panel connected to the front and you have solar power, then yeah, you're going to carry a laptop because you're going to have somewhere to put your pictures in. But I wish that there was the choice of having pouches here instead, so that you could put, your accessories and stuff in here as well. But that's not what the bag is designed for, and I understand that. This bag is great. I do give one piece of advice for people who are thinking of getting this bag: know your torso size. The reason I say that is because I was fitted for an Osprey large hiking bag several months ago, and when I went to the store, the gentleman put a large torso size on me, and it was way, way too big. I'm 5'8" inches tall. I'm a plus size woman with a big chest, and my torso size is actually small, extra small. That kind of threw me for a loop, but your torso size is from the top of your hips to the back of your shoulder. And if you don't get your torso size right, the bags are not going to fit. These shoulder straps have to lay onto your shoulders like this, not up and then to the bag. They don't fit properly that way, and it puts pressure and strain on your shoulders. So once I set this at the small, and these shoulder straps that I tested for them, I can definitely say if you're a woman, you're going to love this bag with these shoulder straps. They are awesome. Why another company did not come up with this, I have no idea. But Ian and his design team have created a great bag with a great set of shoulder straps. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me show you the bag when it's on. Now, I'm not going to put my tripod back on the side because that just is crazy, but you just flip it around. The straps almost put themselves on. Put your waist belt on. Sorry, my dog was behind the chair. Now, your other shoulder straps, the original ones, have these pockets. However, they have your sternum strap. The new straps that they're going to be selling have a bottom strap. And those, for women, go right underneath. Then you cinch down the side, and then you do your sternum strap. And that's how they fit. Yeah, they make the girls a little bit more pronounced, but you know what? Once I put this on, the shoulder straps, these shoulder straps are much more contoured for a woman here on the sides. This strap here was freaking genius. It literally takes the pack and forms it to your back. And you literally, I don't care how much weight you put in this thing, you literally don't know it's on. Once you find where your comfort is in these straps, it fits amazing. I noticed a massive difference. I was sent a couple different variations of straps to test, and this is my favorite. This fits so much better. So if you're a woman and you're thinking of getting this bag, I have to say this strap that goes under here was a great idea. It literally changed this bag for me. As I've said before, this bag is not cheap. This was a big expense. So when you're looking at camera bags and you're trying to decide, should I try it, should I not try it, until you get your gear in it and you get it set for your torso size or you get it set for your shoulders, you really don't know how the bags are going to work. I can tell you this bag works. I've never had a camera bag where I'm not worried about ripping it. I'm not worried about getting it dirty or wet. It fits very, very well with the new straps that Ian and his design team have designed. Kudos to you guys. And I can honestly say that if you're a woman and you are thinking of getting this bag, do. You will love it. It gives you ample room for gear. And as we all know, women tend to carry gear. We tend to carry things, extra clothes, things like that. Even for men, this is an amazing bag. I've seen a lot of men with back problems actually carrying this bag because of the way that it fits you on your back. It literally hugs you. I don't know how to explain it any other way. You can tell the way that the bag is curved. It literally just, I can't describe it any other way. My final review of this bag is it is a very good bag for what it does. You really need to get this bag, put your gear in it, and try it to find out if you're going to like it or not. Some people don't like it, some people do. It is different than any other bag that's out there, and I've had a lot of camera bags. I tend to buy a bag, 2 months later buy another bag, 2 months later buy another bag. I'm a bit of a bag hoarder. But I will say that this bag is one purchase that I don't regret making. So, things I like, durability, very durable. Storage, plenty of storage space. You will not run out of storage space in this thing. Configurations, the configurations on how you want to set this bag up are endless. You can put 2 of these in here, one sideways for side access. It's limitless. And if they do get a large ICU, that would be even better. Adjustability. This thing is completely adjustable. The only thing you can't adjust on this thing is the waist belt, but honestly and truthfully, you don't need to. It sits right where it needs to. Things I don't like, I wish it had a water bottle pocket. I wish it had more pockets on the outside. I wish the inside top pocket where the pouches are was a little bit different. The bottom was sturdier and not so flimsy, but I understand why it's not. I'm looking at this bag from the perspective of an everyday photographer and an everyday bag, not an adventure photographer. I'm not a travel photographer, I'm not an adventure photographer, and I will look at this bag differently than they will. So for an everyday photographer who takes this bag and goes out and does a long hike, but then switches to an everyday bag, this is an incredible bag. I highly recommend Shimoda Design. Their 60-liter bag is just as well designed and holds a ton more. That is an excellent bag. I really wanted that bag, but it is way too big for me. It sits above my shoulders, way too high. And it's because of my torso size, basically. That's important when you're doing a bag. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, you want to know anything more about the bag, please let me know in the comments below. I am still going to continue to carry this. If they come out with any more bags, I am hopefully going to get one of those as well. I would love to have a smaller version of this. I would love to make a smaller version of this my everyday bag, to be honest with you. So I'm really got my fingers crossed that we're going to see one of those in the future. And as soon as I know when the straps are available, if I hear anything, I will let you know. Keep posted on their website. I'll link that below in the comments. And I will see you guys later. Bye for now.